Did you know that one of the most powerful saints in the Catholic Church never said a single word recorded in the Scriptures, yet his silent presence is revered as one of the pillars of Christian faith? Saint Joseph, the husband of Mary and the adoptive father of Jesus, is considered the protector of families and a silent intercessor. But there is much more about him than one might think. What makes Saint Joseph so special? How did an ordinary man, without fame or great distinction, become one of the most invoked saints in times of difficulty? Prepare to discover the mysteries and lesser-known stories about this saint who left behind a legacy of faith, courage, and protection. Here are 10 facts about him. 10. Proclaimed patron of the Universal Church by Pope Pius IX. Saint Joseph was proclaimed patron of the Universal Church by Pope Pius IX on December 8, 1870, through the decree Quamadmatum Deus. The decision came during a time of crisis for the Church, after the loss of the Papal States due to the unification of Italy. Devotion to Saint Joseph had already been growing, fueled by saints like Saint Teresa of Avila. Responding to requests from bishops and the faithful, Pius IX entrusted the protection of the Church to Saint Joseph's intercession, just as he had protected Jesus and Mary. The title emphasized 3 aspects of Saint Joseph: spiritual father of the Church, a model of virtue and obedience, and a powerful intercessor. To celebrate the 150th anniversary of this proclamation, Pope Francis instituted the Year of Saint Joseph, 2020 to 2021, and published the Apostolic Letter Patris Cord, highlighting his example of loving fatherhood and faith. Devotion to Saint Joseph grew worldwide, making him the patron saint of several countries and inspiring the creation of religious orders dedicated to him. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now so you don't miss any curiosities about the saints. 9. He never said a single word recorded in the Bible. Saint Joseph stands out in the Bible for a unique detail. None of his words are recorded in the Gospels. Despite being central to Jesus' childhood and the husband of Mary, he is known as the saint of silence and action. Saint Joseph's silence symbolizes obedience and humility. He acts decisively in the crucial moments of salvation history, without questioning. Annunciation in a dream. The angel asks him to accept Mary as his wife, and Joseph obeys without hesitation. Flight to Egypt. Warned of danger, he immediately departs with Mary and Jesus. Return to Nazareth. He follows divine instructions and establishes his family in Nazareth. Saint Joseph teaches that silence allows us to hear God's voice. True leadership manifests in actions, not words. Humility lies in serving without seeking recognition. 8. He is considered the patron of workers and families. Since the early centuries of Christianity, Saint Joseph has been recognized as an example of dignified work and exemplary family life. In his honor, the Church celebrates 2 special dates. March 19th, Feast Day of Saint Joseph. May 1st, Feast of Saint Joseph the Worker, instituted by Pope Pius XII in 1955 to emphasize the dignity of work. Saint Joseph was a carpenter, a dedicated craftsman who supported his family with humility. He taught this trade to Jesus, demonstrating the importance of effort and manual labor. Unlike kings and priests, Joseph represents the common man, proving that all work, when done with love, has sacred value. In addition to being an exemplary worker, Saint Joseph was chosen by God to be the protector of the Holy Family, facing challenges such as accepting Mary, who was pregnant by the Holy Spirit, fleeing to Egypt to save Jesus from King Herod, raising Jesus with values of faith, respect, and hard work. For this reason, he is invoked as the patron saint of families, interceding for couples, homes, and children in search of protection and harmony. Leave your prayer request in the comments so that Saint Joseph may intercede for it before God. 7. The patron of a good death. The Bible does not mention the death of Saint Joseph, but Christian tradition teaches that he passed away in the arms of Jesus and Mary, a privilege that made him the patron of a good death. His passing is seen as an example of a serene transition, filled with faith and love. Although the scriptures do not mention his death, there are indications that Joseph had already passed away before the public life of Jesus, when Jesus, on the cross, entrusts Mary to the Apostle John. If Joseph had been alive, this action would not have been necessary. Tradition suggests that he passed away in Nazareth, surrounded by his family, before the start of Christ's ministry. This intimate moment made him the ideal model for a holy death, without fear and reconciled with God. Since the early centuries, the faithful have asked for Saint Joseph's intercession for a peaceful death and state of grace. In the 19th century, Pope Pius IX declared him the patron of a good death, reinforcing his devotion in hospitals and churches. 6. Devotion to Saint Joseph around the world. Saint Joseph is one of the most venerated saints in Christianity, and he has been the universal patron of the Catholic Church since 1870. He is associated with miracles, protection, and powerful intercession. Main forms of devotion. Saint Joseph's Feast, March 19th. Celebrated with processions, masses, and festivals in various countries. Saint Joseph the Worker, May 1st, instituted by Pope Pius XII, highlighting his importance for workers. Saint Joseph's Rosary, prayed for the protection of family, work, and difficult causes. Devotion on Wednesdays, a day dedicated to prayers and masses in his honor. The Novena to Saint Joseph, 13 days of prayers before his feast. Devotion in different countries. Italy, Saint Joseph's Day is also Father's Day, celebrated with banquets for the poor. Spain, patron of the country, honored with processions and the Phallus Festival in Valencia. Brazil, highly revered, especially by workers and farmers. Mexico, grand festivities in San Jose de Gracia. Canada, the Basilica of Saint Joseph in Montreal is one of the largest temples dedicated to him. Philippines, celebrations with music, dances, and special masses. 5. Apparitions, miracles, and protection throughout history. Apparitions of Saint Joseph. Fatima, 1917, appeared holding the child Jesus and blessing the world in the last apparition of the Virgin Mary. Saint Teresa of Avila, 16th century. She had visions of the saint and witnessed miraculous healings. Cotignac, France, 1660. A shepherd found a miraculous spring after Saint Joseph ordered him to lift a stone. Miracles attributed to Saint Joseph. Santa Fe Staircase, USA, 1878. A mysterious carpenter built a staircase without nails and disappeared. It is believed to have been Saint Joseph. Mount Pinatubo eruption, Philippines, 1991. A village was spared from destruction, attributed to the saint's protection. Spanish Civil War, 1936. Soldiers attempted to set fire to a convent, but fled after a mysterious man intervened. Protection of families. Selling homes. Burying an image of Saint Joseph in the garden is a tradition to help sell properties. Medals and images. used to protect homes and families. Saint Joseph continues to be a symbol of faith, intercession, and miracles throughout history. 4. Considered one of the most powerful saints. Saint Joseph is recognized for his humility, silence, and powerful intercession with God. As the adoptive father of Jesus and husband of Mary, he holds a special position and is widely invoked by the faithful in times of difficulty, whether in family crises, financial problems, or illness. Although rarely mentioned in the scriptures, Saint Joseph is considered an effective mediator between God and the faithful. His closeness to the Holy Family makes him a reliable intercessor for those who turn to him with faith. Popes and saints have reinforced the importance of Saint Joseph. Pope Pius IX proclaimed him the patron of the Universal Church in 1870. Pope Leo XIII encouraged devotion to him to overcome spiritual and material crises. Saint Teresa of Avila stated that she had never had a request denied through his intercession. Prayer to Saint Joseph. Thousands of faithful turn to Saint Joseph daily with faith and trust. One of the most well-known prayers asks for his intercession. O glorious Saint Joseph, patron of the Universal Church, intercede for us and for all our needs. Help us trust in God and protect our families, as you cared for the Holy Family. Saint Joseph continues to be an example of trust, hope, and devotion, assisting those who seek his powerful intercession. 3. Saint Joseph is represented with a lily in sacred art. The lily, a symbol of purity and chastity, is commonly associated with Saint Joseph in Christian artistic representations. It reflects Saint Joseph's impeccable moral life, highlighting his unique mission as the adoptive father of Jesus and the virginal husband of Mary. Though married to Mary, Saint Joseph lived without marital relations, dedicating himself entirely to the care and protection of the Holy Family. His purity is central to his holiness and is symbolized by the lily, representing his virtue and integrity. In sacred art, Saint Joseph frequently appears with a lily, emphasizing his spiritual purity and humility. This symbol reinforces his role as a guardian and model of fatherhood, showing how he fulfilled his divine mission with total dedication. The lily symbolizes not only Saint Joseph's purity but also the Christian spiritual ideal, a life of humility, purity of heart, and devotion to God. It inspires the faithful to follow this path of holiness. 2 relics of Saint Joseph have never been found. Despite being a central figure in Christianity, Saint Joseph has no preserved physical relics for veneration. This leads to speculation about the fate of his physical relics, but many theologians believe that their absence reinforces the mystery surrounding his life and mission, serving as an example of faith, courage, and dedication. The lack of relics suggests that Saint Joseph's holiness does not depend on tangible objects, but on his spiritual legacy. He becomes a model for the faithful, showing that true holiness lies in living with humility, simplicity, and devotion to God, rather than focusing on material elements. The Catholic Church preserves the tradition of Saint Joseph through his virtuous life and his obedient acceptance of the divine plan. His devotion is built upon his character, without the need for physical relics to reinforce the faith of the faithful. It can also be seen as a way of preserving his humility. He was chosen for a divine mission without seeking recognition, becoming a model of silent virtue and dedication without vanity, a patron of all who seek to live humbly. Although Saint Joseph has no physical relics, his spiritual presence remains alive in the prayers and devotions of the faithful. He remains an example of faith, fatherhood, and intercession, inviting all to follow the path of holiness with humility and trust in God's plans. 1 Saint Joseph appeared to Saint Teresa of Avila. Saint Teresa of Avila, one of the great mystics of the Catholic Church, had an intense and personal relationship with Saint Joseph, considering him a powerful intercessor and a protective father. She frequently reported how her prayers to him were miraculously answered, especially during difficult moments, such as the founding of convents and personal challenges. In her book The Interior Castle, Saint Teresa shares several experiences of feeling the protective presence of Saint Joseph, which motivated her to recommend this devotion to everyone. Saint Teresa also had apparitions of Saint Joseph at crucial moments, such as during the Carmelite reform process. In one of these visions, the saint promised her help and protection, and she reported feeling his tangible and caring presence. To her, Saint Joseph was not only a model of virtue but an effective intercessor who responded quickly to her prayers. In her writings, Saint Teresa encouraged Christians to trust in Saint Joseph, especially in times of spiritual and material difficulties. She firmly believed in the power of the saint's intercession, given his role as the guardian of the Holy Family, and suggested that by praying with faith, the faithful could expect great help from Saint Joseph. Saint Teresa's devotion to Saint Joseph left a lasting legacy, especially within the Carmelite order. Trust in the saint's intercession was one of the pillars of the Carmelite reform, and over the years, many convents and monasteries were dedicated to him. Saint Teresa saw Saint Joseph as the perfect model of fatherhood, highlighting his faith, integrity, and generosity. She witnessed his ability to guide and protect, and she wanted to share this experience with everyone, especially those in moments of despair. For her, devotion to Saint Joseph was not just about asking for favors, but about establishing a deep spiritual relationship based on trust and surrender to the divine will. Devotion to Saint Joseph, fueled by Saint Teresa's testimony, spread to many countries, with a foundation of churches and convents dedicated to the saint. He became a beloved intercessor in the Catholic Church, especially among those facing difficulties in their families or work. And we come to the end of another story full of curiosities. Don't forget to leave in the comments the curiosities about which saint you would like to see here on the channel. And until the next story.